Monday School is a chance for Wally to share what he learned at church and prove that he went.
So Jesus taught in parables, and I did not know this, but in Greek, parable means to come alongside. I went, oh, okay, that's kind of interesting. How does that apply to what Jesus did? And our pastor was talking about, it's like he would take something applicable to people's lives, that they could understand contextually, and then have a deep spiritual meaning alongside of it. That's how he explained what was unimaginable, at the time. And parables are basically earthly stories with heavenly meanings is kind of what they are. And so we looked at the parable of Jesus that he told of a farmer sowing seed, and the farmer would scatter some seed, and some would fall on stone, others would, this story, right?
Some the crows would come and pick up and fly away with. Yeah.
Some would fall in limited soil, and others in good soil, that kind of stuff. Someone getting all the thorns. Okay, so there's a point to all that he was making, because back then they understood farming more than we do now.
Now we're like McDonald's?
Yes. So now you have to explain farming and then the whole thing. But it's funny because even though it was back then when they should have known it, the disciples were a little confused. And he literally had to break down. He's like, all right, knuckleheads, here's the deal, okay? And he literally in the Bible talks about how he had to explain it to them. And so the seed represents the word, okay? And the seed that landed on the stone was basically hard-hearted people who hear but don't receive. The seed doesn't grow in them at all. The seed that landed in the shallow soil represents people who hear it, but they quickly forget it. They, like seeds, have no roots, so when trouble or persecution comes, they quickly fail and wither away. The seed that falls on the in the thorns are people that hear it, and they're excited about it. This is great, but then they get choked out by things like worry and wealth and desiring the wrong things. He actually said that too. And so, but the seed that falls on good soil are people who hear the word and are undeterred by troubles or distractions. They depend on and trust in God, and they not only hear, but they understand and they grow. And so that's kind of a deeper representation of what all that meant. I get why the disciples didn't get it. You're like, okay, rocks, path, jeez.
But
Jesus, please, would you just, and they're not swearing, but they're like, Jesus, please, tell us what you mean.
But it kind of helps me. It gives me encouragement that the disciples were that dumb.
Yeah.
Because I am that dumb, too.
I know. We've all said that.
I need it to be dumbed down for a 5-year-old. And so I'm glad that I'm not the only one.
So after you hear that, though, which seed are you? And honestly, I've been all those seeds at different points in my life. And so the difference, though, is when we live like the seed that fell in the good soil, not only do we grow, but others grow because of us. And we're not farmers today, but we have the ability to help others grow if we allow God to grow in us. And that's your Monday School for today.